Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Warhammer Meta Chasers. This is your weekly live event rundown show for Warhammer 40,000, and we are off to the races. World Champion crown, new ITC season open right in front of everybody. People are hungry to get out there and get those points. Events all over the world. My name is Paul. I'm joined by Dustin Henshaw.
Hello, everyone. I can't match Paul's energy. Wow.
And Adam Camilleri.
I'm jet lagged out of my brain, so I'm not even going to try. But g'day, everyone.
Gotta push it, which I know you like. Come on, justifiably so. We were just in Atlanta, talking about some amazing Warhammer 40K stuff. Maybe y'all heard it. Maybe you saw it.
Absolutely spoiled. Every game from those eight games that we streamed were some of the top highest level 40K I'd ever seen. That was absolutely spectacular.
Oh, it was. I mean, completely amazing plays. Great looking armies, great generals, great sportsmanship. It was Warhammer at its pinnacle there, and a champion was crowned. So congratulations to them.
In a wild turn of events, the world has decided to not take even a moment off to smell the roses. And there is like 6 to 7 100+ player events this weekend. And we are covering almost half of them. Over half of them. We're covering 4 of those on today's show.
Want to say what's up to some folks in chat. I mentioned we do this live each and every week at 9 p.m. Eastern time. Nurgle Matt, Erwin, good to see you. KR Quinn, welcome in the chat. Anybody is there, sound off. Let us know you're here because we are very excited. As Adam mentioned, we have 4 events to cover. We've got the International Team Tournament, the California Cup. Oh my goodness gracious! Basically
what's
the
that one, Paul?
40K team champs.
No, what's it called?
The Dan Markston-Burn or Dan Mixters-Burn. Dan Mark Mistersburn.
Yes.
Dan Mark Mistersburn. Got it. And South Pacific Gaming. Nothing to it but to do it. Let's go ahead and get into the show. The Autumn International Team Tournament is on the outskirts of London, England, with 575 players, 116 teams of 5 competing over 6 rounds. It's going to be some stiff competition. Dustin, what we're going to see there?
We will be seeing here the Imperial Super Faction. There are 3 Imperial Agents, 24 Sisters of Battle, 22 Custodes, 21 Admech, 17 Estra Militarum, 16 Grey Knights, and 17 Imperial Knights. Space Marines, there's 24 Astartes, 10 Dark Angels, 9 Space Wolves, 17 Blood Angels, 15 Black Templar, and 2 Death Watch. Chaos, there's 22 Chaos Space Marines, 13 T-Suns, 26 Death Guard, 39 World Eaters, 27 Emperor's Children, 21 Demons, and 29 Chaos Knights. Xenos, there's 44 Necrons, 25 Orcs, 29 Tau, 15 Votan. Hive Mind, there's 18 Tyranids and 9 Gene Stealer Cults. Eldari, there's 21 Drukhari and 40 Eldari, meaning the faction podium is absolutely buck wild. Technically, Total Astartes is winning it at 77, but we don't talk about that. Necrons, number 1 with 44, then Eldari at 40, then World Eaters at 39, and then a big old Cliffy with Chaos Knights and Tau, 10 behind that with 29, but still Chaos Knights and Tau topping that. That podium is wild.
Dude, yeah. So, of course, it's a teams event. We're going to have 3 teams events on. So the numbers we're looking for here is as close to 116 as possible. There was a time when we were expecting teams events at different metas in the past 12 months where we've expected team events to have certain factions that have been close to everybody.
Like 50, 60%. And that's kind of interesting. It's a telling stat that we don't have things quite at that 50% mark.
So now because the meta has shifted and everything is much more even out there, we're looking for things that are about a third. Around about a third of all teams took this faction. And as you can see, pretty much everything on our podium before the big old Cliffy, Chaos Knights and Tau, that's about a quarter of factions, give or take. And then the others are all about a third or more. And so this is pretty good, to see this much of a spread. Naturally, Total Astartes, you only take 1 Space Marine per army. So 77 teams took Adeptus Astartes out of 116. So that one is absolutely wild, but that's always going to be the case. But then Necrons, Eldari, and World Eaters, all about a third of the teams decided to take them. What are we seeing there, lads? That's good in teams, you reckon?
Well, there's the pressure list of the World Eaters. I mean, there's some armies that just cannot handle that many power armor, chain axe wielding lunatics right in their face.
So what we have there is the best 20 getter that I think has been identified as from the UKTC mob, the best 20 getter in World Eaters, the best all rounder, kind of good pretty much against everything in Eldar, and then the best not giving up a score in Necrons, as in the best defensive, best offensive, and the best kind of flex. As you could see it as that as the ideologies behind these, but then they all have nuance within those factions where you couldn't push them. You can push them in one way or another. Naturally, World Eaters kind of just does its thing and tries to generate big wins for you. But you can have Necron armies that are pressure lists, and you can have them super defensive lists, and you can have Eldari armies that push a bit more pressure and are more defensive, a la your Aspect Host versus War Host archetypes. Is that echoing with you as well, Dustin?
I think so. I think like the Necrons that we're seeing mostly, especially in Europe, we're talking about the Awakened Dynasty, the character spam with things getting up, because that's what we're talking about when they just do not give up points because they can deny you points, they can score their own points. The other one I think we're seeing the most of is Star Shatter still, which is kind of surprising to me, but the Star Shatter is still making an appearance there with this damage dealing and a little bit of tricks to survivability on their big chonky damage dealing robots, which makes sense too. We have seen some sneaky little, I can't remember the name of it, the phalanx,
obeisance phalanx.
Yeah, that one. We've seen that one start to sneak into, and I think that one actually is very, very underrated right now, and some of the really, really niche Necron specialists are really utilizing that defensive ability, and it's scary.
Here's a hot take.
Oh,
I reckon in the game at the moment, Awakened Dynasty is hands down better than every other detachment. But there are so many Necron players that have played 300,000 games of Awakened Dynasty. They just don't have the gut for it anymore.
That's fair.
Playing Star Shadow, which I think is totally respectable.
Yep, that's fair.
But I think Awakened Dynasty in teams is just hands down better, personally.
It has the most play. But I would agree that it actually is, even if you haven't played it a million times, even if you played it like 20, it gets pretty dry. Like, I died. All right, stand back up. Oh, I died over there. I stand back up. Still going.
Every turn what your command points are dedicated to.
And you can't really do anything else. Like the army has that mode, and that's it. If you wanted to go and kill your opponent's stuff, you can't. Maybe you have your couple of score peck units, which are good for one use only on the score pecks, and then you kind of get a second use out of the character.
It takes a lot of willpower, because it is legitimately a mistake if you try to kill stuff with that list. Legitimately, if you try to kill stuff,
your captain walks past, looks at your table, and you were trying, weren't you?
You were trying, weren't you?
I'm sorry, I tried. It was the wrong
15 out of you.
Oh, how dare you, sir?
Outside of those numbers, I always like to look at the Astartes super faction here to get an indication of which way people are going with things. Of course, you have vanilla Astartes there that encapsulates Ultramarines and Raven Guard being the two most popular. But then outside that, Blood Angels and Black Templars sitting with 17 and 15. So Templars obviously a spicy take on an all-rounder, has a little bit better shooting in some matchups, a little bit better melee in some other matchups, and then Blood Angels just being like we have World Eaters at home, mum, for Adeptus Astartes, which, fish. Are you in a barrel? Paul? Don't be in the barrel, mate. Don't make it this easy for me. I'm just getting started. I would like to say there's a couple of factions here that are a little on the lower side for what I usually see in Europe. One of those is Votann, being only 15 in representation, and usually UKTC boards are pretty healthy for Votann and usually get some good representation there. And Astra Militarum, so two all-rounder shooting archetype. Falling off on the terrain format that was usually accepted to be the best in the world for those. If you go through your UKTC, WTC, and Games Workshop, usually the UKTC is the better shooting of the three, better shooting lanes. And yet both Votann and Guard are taken in less than what I would expect from a UKTC event. So something interesting is brewing there. Or maybe it is just the sheer number of World Eaters or the sheer, amount of pressure lists. They're just getting, outmatched. I need to go back to some design space.
What is with this sudden surgence of Tau? Because I've seen them in not record numbers, but as of late, record numbers showing up in not just teams tournaments, but singles too.
Perfect transition. Let's head to the other slide, because I've done a Tau detachment breakdown, so we can have a little look in what is being taken. It's almost like you knew what slide was next there, Dustin.
I actually didn't look, so I'm very impressed with myself right now. Yeah, I knew exactly what this was. This was all set up.
Dustin Eldrad Henshaw over here, prognosticating. But this is the Tau detachment breakdown for the Greater Goose. All 29, lists I had a look at. 18 of which are Modcar, 4 of which are Retaliation Cadre, 3 are Kauyon, 2 are Auxiliary Cadre, and 2 are Kroot Hunting Pack. So no singles, which is cool, which is nice. Usually you'll see a little outlier here and there of a couple of singles. But Modcar overwhelmingly more than the other 4 put together. And that is the The one that gets things started early. That's the one that has much more interplay into the melee pressure list than, say, Calyon, where Calyon has the propensity of just being rushed down all in on turn 2, and they don't have the damage to dig themselves out. Whereas Monka plays a lot more of the midboard early. And I've also found some of the issues with Calyon is if you like, I hate to bring it back to Necrons, if you try and play with your models too early before they're fully gassed up, you can just fail to do enough damage and expose yourself and lose your units, or you've waited too long for Calyon to kick off, and then you're 20 points behind and can't make up the difference on the back end. So that's my issues with Calyon. Whereas I think Monka plays the game as it's being played in the meta at the moment, was you need to get out on the boards turn 1, 2, 3. Otherwise, it might just be over already. But yeah, I think Tau is in a very good place. Very good place. They have all the anti-tank required now with the increased strength of Riptides to go through small knights and small knight equivalents, and then they have the hammerheads and stuff in the Sky Race to reach out for the big knights. They have very good jailing strategies with Kroot, and then good little melee trading pieces in either crisis suits, stealth suits, and breaches and such.
Indirect pressure and some anti-fly stuff.
It's
I mean,
incidental too. Like they don't even try to bring in indirect. Like I brought some suits. I have indirect too.
Yeah, and I got to point out, like when I said breaches, sorry, I meant Pathfinder. Pathfinders are cracked. Pathfinders are fantastic for their points, and the fact that they, like stealth suits, they both do a little bit of chip damage. Pathfinders do quite a bit more damage into anti-infantry, but also bring like super good buffs to the rest of your army. Very similar to, like, imagine if an Incurser squad, had a couple of Hellblasters in there. It gives your whole army +1 to hit on a chosen target, and then just like bang, has like 3 to 4 quality plasma guns in the unit. That's kind of what Pathfinders feel like at the moment. But yeah, that is your Tau breakdown, boys, which means it's time to pick some winners.
Let's pick some winners. This is the part of the show where we do pick some winners. We predict what faction is going to score the highest battle points in a team event. In a singles event, we would pick the overall winner, but in teams events, we're going to pick the highest battle point contributor over the course of the entire weekend. The faction.
This is a French 2019 WTC team dice, which simply has a baguette on the 6.
I was going to say there's a baguette on there somewhere.
Yeah, simply a baguette. Nothing more. Nothing else needed to be said, boys. So
I'm baguette or nothing.
Dustin, you want to call your shot for the 5 and 6?
Was this France 2019? You said?
I think it's 2019. Yeah.
Okay, 3-4.
Oh, nice. I'm interested in your logic. Paul, you want the 5 and 6 or the 1 and 2?
I'm just baguette. I'm just 6. Somebody can have the
not even yet.
All right. It's a 3. It's Dustin. You're up first, mate.
World Eaters.
And of course, this is a teams event, so we're not picking the team that's going to win. We're picking the highest scoring individual. Paul, you're up next.
I got to go with the Necrons here. It's the numbers and the fact that, they'll get paired favorably, I think.
Yep. And while they might not get 20s all the way, it's like a good player on Necrons with good pairings. It's just like good for 15s into everybody. I will go with the other one and go the Eldari.
Yeah.
All right. We were boring.
But I mean, really the podium was wild enough that I think we're fine here.
Yeah, I think we're good.
All right. Next event we're going to be covering is the California Cup. This is in Pomona, California. 266 players playing over 8 rounds. Dustin, what is going to be there?
For the Imperial Super faction, there is a single Imperial Agent, 8 Sisters of Battle, 7 Custodes, 5 Admech, 4 Astra Militarum, 10 Grey Knights, and 5 Imperial Knights. Space Marines, 10 Adepts Astartes, 9 Dark Angels, 5 Space Wolves, 4 Blood Angels, 7 Black Templar, and 4 Death Watch. Chaos, there's 8 Chaos Space Marines, 5 T-Suns, 6 Death Guard, 14 World Leaders, again, high World Leader numbers, 9 Emperor's Children, 5 Demons, 6 Chaos Knights. Xenos, there's 12 Necrons, 13 Orcs. Ooh.
Yes.
Ooh. 8 Tau, 13 Votan. All the Votan players are in California, apparently. And in Hive Mind, there's 12 Tyranids and 5 Genes to the cult. Eldaria, there's 7 Drukhari and 12 Eldari, meaning the faction podium. It's World Eaters topping it off of 14. Tied in second is Votan and Orcs. And then in third is Eldari, Tyranids, Necrons, and then Astartes and Grey Knights at 10, and then Emperor's Children, Dark Angels at 9. Wow. I thought the other one was wild.
Yeah.
World Leaders top, and the Votan and Orcs in second. That's wild.
It's a general's game out there right now.
So there, of course, we do know there is some nuance to California. California is just an orc hotbed for some reason. They love their greenskins down there, over there, wherever. And so
It's up there for you, over there for us.
Down
yeah,
there.
yeah.
For me.
It's spinning towards freedom. Tyranids also getting up there, which is very interesting. And then the one that really boggles my brain, Grey Knights. So Grey Knights having 10 in representation is nuts to me, seeing as they had their codex come out and essentially less people played them post codex because, of course, unfortunately, their codex was a little bit lacking in the new things to do. Of course, Banishers came out, is okay, but their Grotmus attachment is still overwhelming, being the one being used the most, especially seeing as the huge buff to purifiers. But yeah, Great Knight's getting a good showing here is quite exceptional. I would like to point out one thing, and you'll see that I'm building a theme here, but there is more GSC than Guard at this event. There's 4 Astra Militarum, but 5 Genestealer cults. So I don't know what is happening with the Guard community, but it is dropping off hard this weekend for the Astra Militarum, and you'll see that does not cease on our further 2 events. So making a highlight of that because it's something to watch. Maybe we've just got a bunch of Guard players on the cusp of like getting their finger back on exactly what they need to play, and they're just taking a week off playing other things.
We had
or
Guard win
dude,
LVO.
Yeah. Yep.
Why
but
is
a specific type of guard list.
It is a specific type of guard list, yes. It is a guard list that's not for everybody, I'll tell you that.
It takes a certain height from the ground and a certain mindset in order to appropriately weaponize the recon guard list. But yeah, some interesting things here. That podium is buck wild. 10 factions on our 5 placings is lovely. It's not unfortunate. It is unfortunately nowhere near the record because we have had previous times where we've had only a top 3, like as in only first, second, and third, and had almost 10. So yeah, not quite. Especially, and so for people who don't know, when we have like around 150 or more players, I'll do a top 5 faction representation instead of a top 3. Just to make it a little deeper for you guys at home. Anything else you're seeing spicy there? Of course, World Eaters, Eldari, and of course, Astartes are all up there. I'm curious in that. So Astartes, regular Astartes with 10, but then also Dark Angels with 9. Now, that's another one of my factions, and I can't tell you why Dark Angels are getting a big groundswell, but they did have a legitimately good showing at the World Champs.
2 list in the top 16.
Correct. Not something I would have predicted. No Shadow Mark, if I remember correctly.
0.
Yeah. 0 Shadow Mark, but 2 Dark Angels.
So Shadow Mark was a list that people I think expected to see more of, and so had reps into, and so probably the people that did take it ran into people that were very, very prepared for it. Whereas what was it called? Shrine of the Lion or the detachment? Yeah.
Wrath of the Rock, Shrine of the Lion.
Yeah, sorry.
That's the Grommus detachment, the Shrine of the Lion.
The Wrath of the Rock was something I think that was a little unexpected and then went super deep.
It did. It hit a durability skew akin to Custodes, but better than Custodes. And this just annoys me about where Custodes are at because there are just so many factions doing what they're doing, but better. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, I like the new Ultramarines.
But Terminators just sometimes do Terminator things.
It's true. But like, so Death Guard is another one that does what Custodes are doing, but better. There's like, it's essentially 3 versions of Adeptus Astartes that do. You could take a Space Wolves list that's just like kind of, I mean, you look at a Wolfguard Terminator with 4 wounds, -1 to wound, all that stuff, and then it's cheaper, like by quite a bit than Custody Terminators, and yeah, can hit just almost as hard in combat depending on which weapon loadout you go with. And yeah, there is just a bunch of different factions that have kind of pulled the rug out from under Custodes, and they're doing it a bit rough. But for your viewing pleasure, I have done the Orc detachment breakdown from this one, as I should. 13 players in representation. We have 7 Warhorde. Fair enough. 2 Tactical Brigade. Please explain. And then singles for the Big Hunt, Green Tide, Mordaka, and Dread Mob. So a good spread, but overwhelmingly going with the all-rounder that is Warhorde. So I'm surprised to not see any Bully Boys, personally. I think Bully Boys are very good.
Actually, that's crazy. I feel like that one would be more popular than, well, most of those.
Same. If you put a gun to my head and Adam, reel off, there's 13 players at Cali Cup, reel off what they're taking, it would have been like 6 Warhorde, 4 Bully Boys, some guy with Green Tide, some guy with Mordaka, and that would have been
for sure.
Yeah, but I mean those single ones where it's like one ofs. Orc players, you can never pick it. You can never pick it. Could be freaking anything. Like, could absolutely be anything. But I'm happy to see 4 singles. That's cool. 4 people playing, one of the Big Hunt, Green Tide, Mordaka, and Dreadmob. I think that is nice to see. But yeah, Warhorde is over and above the most taken. Gentlemen, so we're picking the winners now. Dustin went first, so Paul, you're up first.
Boo. I mean, yay.
So with this amount of lightly armored troops on the table, I'm going to go with the Adeptus Mechanicus.
That's not bad, my dude. Clever. So you're looking at this. So World Eaters melee pressure, Orcs melee pressure, Tyranids can be melee pressure at the moment, especially some of Votann can be in Delve. Grey Knights can be very melee heavy, and Empress Children we know are as well. And then Dark Angels. This is very melee heavy. This is very melee heavy. So I'm this is singles as well. I'm gonna go Astartes. Vanilla Astartes. Dusty boy.
I'll go Tyranids. I haven't picked them in a little bit.
Nice. They're pretty strong in Cali. A lot of the Denver boys coming over. There's some very, very strong.
Yeah, there's some strong players there for sure. I'm definitely not unaware of that.
Next event we're going to be talking about it. This is a Denmark Mr. Caburn. That's from Ristoff, Denmark.
If anybody's watching at home, I've put in brackets, lol, good luck, Paul. Right underneath the title.
That was the first one. They got continuously better. I think we're close. Let us know.
Getting warmer is where we're at. Sorry, continue, mate.
221 players in 46 teams of 5 competing over 5 rounds. Let's see how they lined them up.
In the Imperial Superfaction, there are 4 Sisters of Battles, 6 Custodes, 6 Admechs, 7 Astra Militarum, 5 Grey Knights, and 13 Imperial Knights. Space Marines, 11 Adeptus Astartes, 4 Dark Angels, 6 Space Wolves, 9 Blood Angels, and 5 Black Templar. Chaos, there's 8 Chaos Space Marines, 4 T-Suns, 12 Death Guard, 16 World Eaters. Oh my God. 9 Emperor's Children, 5 Demons, and 10 Chaos Knights. Xenos, there's 15 Necrons, 13 Orcs, 4 Tau, 10 Votann. Hive Mind, there's 8 Tyranids and 3 Gs, so they're called the Hive Mind, just dropping in numbers, but still coming out. I'm liking it. Eldari, there's 5 Drukhari and 12 Eldari, meaning the faction podium is World Eaters at first again with 16. Necrons behind them with 15, then Orcs and Imperial Knights behind them with 13. Eldari and Deathguard at 12, and then Astartes at 11. What is with the World Eaters, Necrons, and Orcs out this week? This is
like
crazy.
A
beautiful
battle force with berserkers or something that came out.
Maybe they got it and painted them up and got them all ready to go right already. I mean, if they're excited, sure. It is a new season, and it's just like, all right, let's see how they feel right now because this is my chance.
Yeah. So technically, Adeptus Astartes, of course, in first place with 35 total teams taking them. So 35 out of 46. So there was 11 teams that did not take Adeptus Astartes. But yeah, look at the beautiful step down here. Apart from 14, like 16 through 11 is covered on our podium, which is, I think, delightful. It's very rare we see a step down this perfect. And yeah, dude, like I said, World Eaters, the best melee pressure army in teams at the moment. I think that's almost a given now. And the Necrons, possibly the only thing that doesn't give up the 20 to World Eaters being taken on the other side of things. And then, yeah, Orcs once again. Dude, Orcs, fantastic. Were they in third in our previous one as well?
They were on the list. They were third or fourth.
Second. That was second at the
but Orcs and Imperial Knights, both of them, like Imperial Knights have noticeably taken a bit of a step back.
So I will say Scandinavia is developing a little bit of an identity around Knights, both CK and IK. If you add those two together, we do have 23 big stompies in attendance, which is significant. So, 23 total teams, or there could be a couple of teams taking double ups, where they are trying to lean on the big mech lads. And I think that's pretty good. I think they're pretty fun. I don't mind Imperial Knights in teams, but I am just as a Knights main on both sides of that coin. I do think if I had to pick one of them, Chaos Knights is way better.
And you're saying that because of the Gatling cannons and things like that, or is
Straight up better data sheets. They've got a better armature data sheet in either the Brigand or the Carnivore. They're both better than either of the in their chosen role than either of the Imperial Knight ones, and then much better Big Knights. No, there's no Imperial Knight that holds a candle to the double Gat spoiler, like not even close. And it's a little unfortunate. But it is what it is. All right. For your detachment breakdown here, I have done the Necrons. So, of course, 15 Necrons in representation, 8 of which were Awakened Dynasty, 5 Star Shadow, 1 Hypercrypt, and 1 Obeisance Phalanx. I couldn't remember what the is it Hypercrypt Legion? I couldn't remember what the other word was for that one. Yeah. Someone in chat help me.
This is not the first time we've seen the Obeisance Phalanx.
Dude, I think it's quite good. I think Obeisance is like
that's what I'm saying.
Good. Yeah.
Well, there was a couple of stratagems or whatever that stood out.
Yeah, so you can get a crit. You can get crit 5s, if I remember correctly, and you can also have one of the best Silent Kings, in the game, which is saying something. Seeing as the Silent King has a huge amount of buffs in Star Shatter, but Obeisance like actually does a little bit more for the Silent King, and seeing as in teams, being able to handle the Silent King or not is like, can I actually win this game if I can't handle old SK? And of course, Obeisance Phalanx is the one where you have a +1 to wound oath at the moment. So you, in your command phase, select one enemy unit. All Noble, Lich Guard, and Triarch units get +1 to wound against that unit. And so Silent King just pops the absolute hell off there.
I think that's what it was. Yeah.
It has the Fight on Death. It has melee precision. It has the plus OC, 1 command point, your command phase, Lich Guard or Triarch units get plus OC. If it's a vehicle unit, it's +3 OC. And then this is why the Silent King's so good here. It's a 1 CP Necron's vehicle. It's -1 damage. And so he's just going to stick. He's just going to stick around.
In a teams event, though, it's really hard to, I guess in any event, really, the consistency of the Awakened Dynasty of
that's right. Yeah.
Rolling back the clock, what your opponent has done.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly right. Just undoing it all, which is why I called this the real uppy downy, because they stand up.
Wow.
Just take, real quick dirt naps, right back up.
Straight back up, man.
There. I like it.
Yeah, very, very literal. But yeah, that is the Necrons detachment breakdown, and it is not surprising. It's more Star Shadow than I thought there would be. Like, once again, if there was a gun to my head, it would have been like, yeah, this thing's going to be 3/4 Awakened, and then like the rest is Star Shadow. Maybe somebody's playing something one of. I'm really keen to see Hypercrypt. I don't think Hypercrypt is bad. In fact, I don't think Canoptic Court is bad either. So it's just interesting that there's still a lot of fringe builds available for Necrons, and they're quite deep in detachment choice. But in teams, that narrows quite a bit.
All right, let's pick some winners.
All right, my turn to go first, and you know what? I'm gonna go Imperial Knights. Let's back them at least once this show. Okay. That would mean that Paul is next.
Ooh. Let's get a little spicy. Let's go Leagues of Votan.
Is this the one where we're all going to do silly picks? Sweet. Paul,
I don't think it's silly. This is like, the what is it? The latitude in
proximity
which the Votan seems to really be strong.
Yeah, proximity to Germany is where Votan starts getting. The closer you get to the motherland, the stronger they get. Dustin, what would you like?
I'll pick Necrons this time.
Fair. One event to go, lads.
Wait. Before we go to the next one, though, I think it's unfair that we've been criticizing Paul about pronouncing it. I think both Adam and I should try and pronounce this before.
Oh, yeah, please.
Okay.
Totally fine. You first.
Oh, okay. No, wait. All right. Danmark Mesters Kaverna. Your turn.
You've done this before.
like a pirate from Denmark is what it is. That's what Dustin was giving us.
I've been trying to figure out if it's Mesters in the middle bit, or if that's joined, if it's joined in, and
it's three words. I think it's like Danish.
Danmark's
Danish Masters.
Yeah, no, it's Danish Team Championship is apparently what it is.
That's what that just means.
Yeah.
Okay.
I already did mine while you were talking. You weren't paying attention. Now it's complete.
That
You
is
can't
not
go back.
true.
That is
not
not
true.
true. That is absolutely
No.
not true. Try that again.
Danmark Mesters Cabernet.
Okay. All right.
We're getting better.
We're getting better. We're learning.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
The South Pacific Gaming. This is from Penrith in New South Wales, Australia. 144 players and 18 teams of 8. 8 changes radically from 5. And even I argue 6 players. 6 is whereas in 5 and 6 man teams, you are looking at basically like really good take all commerce lists that typically make it in. In an 8 player list, you start to see a little bit more of the pivot and flex point list, and we'll see if that shakes out and how these factions run down. So, Dustin, tell us all about it.
All right. So the Imperial Super Faction, there are 2 Imperial agents. I'm very curious to know what their role is in the teams. I actually am genuinely curious. 6 Sisters of Battle, 7 Custodes, 6 Admech, 4 Astra Militarum, 5 Grey Knights, and 5 Imperial Knights. Space Marines, there's 8 Adeptus Astartes, 1 Dark Angel, 1 Space Wolf, 3 Blood Angels, 3 Black Templar, and 1 Death Watch. Chaos, there's 10 Chaos Space Marines, 2 T-Suns, 11 Death Guard, 10 World Eaters. Hey, they finally kind of dropped down a little bit. 3 Emperor's Children, 4 Demons, and 9 Chaos Knights. Xenos, there's 3 Necrons. Okay, see, now we know Australia is ahead of the meta a few months. This is why things different here. 7 Orcs, 4 Tau, and 6 Votan. Hivemind, there's 8 Tyranids, a single Gene Stealer cult. Eldari, there's 8 Drukhari and 5 Eldari. Flipping the numbers on those ones, the Drukhari actually outnumbering Eldari in this one. Meaning the faction podium is technically total Astartes at 17, but then Death Guard at 11, World Eaters still on the podium, tied with CSM at 10. Chaos Knights are behind them with 9, and then Drukhari, Nids, and Astartes behind them with 8.
This is another good breakdown. Chaos Space Marines making our silver podium is pretty nice to see. And then freaking Drukhari, like just popping up there with 8 players, I think is fantastic. It's very obvious to me that Australia just does it better. Just more refined,
more
sophisticated.
One day in the future, that's what the meta looks like.
That's what, okay, so everybody in the other parts of the world, this is what the meta is going to look like there next week. So be ready.
I know one of the Imperial Agents players quite well, and I could ask him what his role is in the team, but I'm pretty sure he couldn't tell you either. So it doesn't matter.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Completely fair.
Yeah, it's pretty.
People are like, what's that role? That's his role. It's like, what can you do?
What's that role?
High on the Custodes here, so 7 Custodes. Once again, low on the guard. Australia is usually pretty dense with Astra Militarum, and now they're dropping off pretty hard all over the world. Singles for Dark Angel, Space Wolves, and Death Watch, no surprises there. But Adeptus Astartes, the vanilla variety, being almost as many as all the others put together, is a little surprising to me. Usually we see a lot of Blood Angels down under also. And then really good split on the Chaos Super Faction with Chaos Knights with 9 and then 10 World Eaters, 11 Death Guard, 10 Chaos Space Marines. That's a beautiful spread. And then, a little low on the Hivemind. Usually Hivemind is another one that's very strong down under, where we usually have plenty of Tyranids and GSC players. While the Tyranids have an okay number, the GSC is way lower than I would have expected. And 6 Votan. That's actually more than I expected, because that costs you like a couple of months rent down here just to play Votan. So that's pretty impressive. I was going to quickly check the Admech numbers. 6 Admech as well. Yeah, those guys could have paid half their mortgage as well. So big commitment.
Wow.
Do you know how much it is for one Iron Strider Ballistari in Australia?
I think you mentioned this before.
Yeah, I think we've mentioned
that. It's over $100. So over $100 for one. And so a lot of lists are running 9 at the moment. And so just in the Ballistari, you got like a month's rent, just in your chicken walkers. That's not counting anything else.
You do it slowly over time is maybe why we've seen some more of them now. Getting they've been working on it, and now it's time to get them off the shelf. But now that Call's got his upgrade,
fair, yeah, that too. Most of them are probably filthy war convocation players from 7th edition and just dusting them off for the first time in this decade. But anyway,
got a bit of the next grind.
Do you know how many times I had to play against that nonsense in 7th edition? I was playing literally just like a CAD of guard, a combined arms attachment of guard, and this mate with his walk on, and I'm like, all right, so how many points? This is a 1850 army, yeah, but have you added up all the upgrades you put on them? So how many points is it actually? 2,700.
2,700 versus your meager 1,850 points.
Yeah, let's go.
That was a bygone era, though.
We're,
as you can see, we're in a much different environment now, thankfully. So
I used to put him in the dirt. I used to freaking put him down. Anyway, it was back when I was good at the game. Anyway, we have done the Chaos Space Marines detachment breakdown here because honestly, it's the most joyous detachment. It's the most joyous faction for me to do the breakdown on every time I do them. And so anytime I get the option to do a Chaos Space Marine breakdown because they're in the podium, I'm going to do it because it's lovely. They always have a good spread. Look at this. Perfect step down. 4 detachments taken. 4 Renegade Raiders, 3 Pac-Man Zealots, 2 Soulforge Warpack, and a single Chaos Cult. Beautiful. Mwah, chef's kiss. Chaos Space Marine players, we love you. Keep coming back. You gotta love what you're doing. And I'm just going to throw it out there. I think they have the best codex of this edition.
Wow. Okay.
That's a hot take.
Once some of the Renegade Raider stuff got brought into line, they have had the deepest and most varied way to play, with so much of their army and data sheets being activated in different detachments that it feels like it's playable. And they felt deep. They don't feel like there's ever just like, ever since Renegade Raiders got handled a little bit, it just feels like they just have so many ways to play that are all good.
I can get behind that. We've seen a lot of varied chaos lists that are not always just cookie cutter, chaos.list. There's typically a lot of play. You don't see an over and abundance of relying on like a single character, to be the linchpin, which is kind of fun.
You're right. The core of the chaos lists have actually been pretty varied. Like the core itself has been varied.
Just ripping it off. All 4 of these detachments, so Renegade Raiders, Pac-Man Zealous, Soulforge Warpack, Chaos Cult, Veterans of the Long War, like Veterans of the Long War 1 LGT, it's not on this list. That's a 0. So that's a 5th one here that's playable. That's 5 good detachments, or 5 detachments with different ways to play that feel unique, have their own rules, and are worth enjoying. That's a lot more than you can say for the rest of the game.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And so for me, like they are the perfect, like exactly what we want all codex to look like. That you have multiple detachments to play, all these different things. And it's not like
Hellbrutes and Mauler Fiends and Forge Fiends on the table.
And it's not like it's Adeptus Astartes where it's different color. It's just the same army. It's just whatever. Go for it. Everyone playing their blue Raven Guard and stuff at World. I saw there's a lot of blue Raven Guard.
There's a lot of blue Raven Guard around right now. Although they might actually go back to blue now. They might go back to blue now.
So salty.
We'll see. It's so funny. I'm a Dark Angels player and I'm a freaking Adeptus Astartes hater, which is very Dark Angels of me. It's very on point.
It adds up. Like it does add up. You're playing the character well.
All right, time to pick some winners. I'm going to pick last here because naturally this is my backyard. And
I want you to roll again. I want to stick that baguette.
Oh, okay.
Oh, stick the baguette. Yeah, Paul wants the baguette.
All right. We're gonna roll, and so Dustin, you can have number 4. I'll have number 1. I'm gonna roll until we get one of those. Paul's got the baguette. It's a number 2. Does no good for anybody. It's a 6. It's a baguette.
Oh, there it is. Baguette.
I knew we were going to see that baguette. Oh my goodness. This is a tough one though, because they are all over the place. I mean, I was actually looking to
in Australia, pretty much you should always pick the players because we have so many faction experts, like best in the world faction dudes that play wonky nonsense that doesn't work anywhere else except when it's been piloted by an Aussie, that you should know the names, which is why I should always pick last year.
Gene Stealer Cult it is.
Fair. Not a bad pick, actually. It's not the player you think, but he's pretty good too, and I'm happy to see him playing the game again. He's taken some time off. Dustin, what would you like?
Tyrannids.
Yeah, you just went out to look.
Yep. I had a look.
Orcs for me.
Ooh,
all right. Well, look, this is the part in the show to where we invite you to check out our Patreon. Patreon is one way to support the show. It takes a lot of effort to put the show together. For tier 2 and above, which by the way, every tier is awesome over there. For tier 2 and above, we do a second show most weeks where we look back. We look back and we see how our predictions went. We also bring you the top 10s. Sometimes we break down the list that did well also. And you can really start to see the trends and the list choices start to solidify in that part of the show. Check us out there. Of course, please also leave some comments down below. Just look, you don't have to be from Denmark to rate our pronunciation. Let us know down there in the book how close you think we got with that in the
Destroyed.
comments. That is one way to kind of help spin the algorithms. If you found this and made it this far, some other people may want to come and hang out with us as well. So those type of interaction really means a lot. The likes, the subscribes, the comments, all amazing ways to do it. We really appreciate it. So thanks for that. We're about to transition the part of the show where we call the Fuego Rapido. This sometimes has extremely little to do with Warhammer 40,000, but it's a nice little palate cleanser as we move ourselves into the weekend after we've already talked about the winners and losers and stats. This is a section where we get a little loose, sometimes a little silly. Sometimes there's a clock involved. Sometimes there's a lot of, shade thrown at each other here in the most friendly way as we discuss certain topics.
We still doing the best games of all time.
Yep, we got the last two to get the brackets filled.
So what we're doing, if you're just joining us, is we are ranking video games from categories that will eventually battle themselves in a bracket system down to the best of those categories that will then be ranked against the best video game of all time, which is a completely infallible,
definitive,
as determined by us. Yes.
Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings.
It was between that and Star Wars Empire Strikes Back. Yeah. Obviously.
No, we picked right.
Yeah. I probably should have brought that up because Paul's probably a little sad about that.
There were no losers as we got closer to the top.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Okay, so we need to do the best third-person shooters and the best action/adventure games, and that's I'm already putting them in here. I had two pre-filled for action-adventure, which is Assassin's Creed, and we need to put the Zeldas in here because they haven't been put into anything yet. So obviously we got to put Ocarina.
Oh, we're putting this all in one thing.
Well, there's two different ones. So let's do action-adventure first. So this way we get the brackets filled, and we can actually start this tournament.
Nice. All right, so action-adventure games.
Action-adventure. So I got Assassin's Creed, and I'm going to put Ocarina. I'm also going to put Link to the Past because Super Nintendo wins.
So you don't think Breath of the Wild is better?
Breath of the Wild is one in there too, for sure.
Yeah. So we're going 3 Zelda games. Shit, okay.
3.
We've done 3 to 4 of other ones too, so I think Zelda earned it.
I would like one of the Batman games in here. Return to Arkham is my fave.
Oh yes, Return
to Arkham. And I would like God of War in here also.
Yep, that's fair.
I did play the Batman one, but not God of War. I know it was just
never played any of God of War?
vein, that time period.
Which God of War, Adam? 3?
I'd do the 3 or 1. It depends. The original did come out with like the most hype and fanfare, but 3's probably the best game.
I feel like 3's the best game.
Yeah.
Elder Scrolls is a very good one. I think we got that covered in RPGs. Let me just double check.
Yeah, I think that's the MMOs
or RPGs. Elder Scrolls? I mean, I feel like it definitely has to be in the conversation.
I was pretty sure we chucked Skyrim, in there.
Oh no,
Skyrim for sure.
Yeah.
But the one that came like 2 versions before it.
We actually did put we got Zelda in Sandbox already.
All right, drop him. Get him out of there.
In here.
We have we put Red Dead?
That's the Sandbox. Yep.
Yeah, because that's an action adventure as well.
For sure.
Did not remember that being in there.
Yeah, that was a good
Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Fantastic.
I think
Tomb Raider.
We don't have Elder Scrolls yet.
Yeah,
I'm gonna put it down here just to make sure we don't forget it because that one needs to go in here for sure. I'll put 4 or maybe 5. Hell, 3 could do it too. But probably, I guess 5 is probably the most Elder Scrolls.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
It has to be 5.
Yeah,
that's the one that got like truly everyone.
Yeah, I think so.
It there.
So, The Witcher is in here, and I believe Witcher 3 Wild Hunt should definitely make this
for sure. Yeah,
and also which Resident Evil boys, because that's where this goes as well.
It's hard to beat one with one. You like when everything happened, you were just scared. Like you were actually legitimately scared.
But I feel like that's Well, we have Resident Evil 2 and survival horror because that's more what Resident Evil
Okay.
was.
That's fair. That's fair.
I don't know.
We've already got it.
Yeah, we were, but some of the newer Resident Evils we could definitely put in action adventure.
I mean, I like the ones that were more suited to co-op and stuff too.
So
Like
like
when
5.
Well,
Yeah, I
like
think it's what is it 5? Well, I think you're definitely in one of those like tropic countries.
Yes, I believe
Yeah.
that's. I think we're thinking the same one. Yeah.
yeah.
It's either
You
4
could
or
just-
5. I'm pretty sure it's 5.
Have we put Left 4 Dead?
Yeah, Left 4 Dead's in here for sure. That's in first person shooters,
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah.
We definitely have that in here. So I'll put 4 or 5 in here.
Yeah, I
5.
think that's good. Have we put GTA anywhere?
It's in Sandbox.
Fair.
See, we're at the end
Man,
now,
yes.
so now we got to make sure that the action adventure third person shooter is really to fill what we're missing in the rest of them. That's why I got everything else
Yeah.
open, to make sure we've got
Elden
them all.
Ring?
No, we don't have Elden Ring yet. Actually, I'll put that here too.
Nice.
Is there?
I feel like we've
We've gotten a lot of them.
I think this is almost like a cross genre thing. As far as things like Fallout.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fallout, yeah. Like Fallout 3, you mean?
But we have to have Fallout somewhere else, don't we?
I thought so. I'm just double checking. Is it first person? No.
I mean, like Assassin's Creed.
Assassin's Creed we got in here. I had that
Yeah.
preloaded.
Knights of the Old Republic.
Ooh, good call.
Ooh, that was a RPG. We had that in RPG.
Was it an RPG? You only had like one character.
Knights of the Old Republic?
Maybe I'm thinking of one. Which was the ones where the dude pulls the Star Destroyer out of the sky?
Oh, you're thinking of Force Unleashed.
Sorry, spoilers.
It's in the trailer. Yeah, Force Unleashed is what you're thinking about. Yeah, that was a good one. I'll put that in there.
We have put Baldur's Gate 3 in before
Yeah,
already.
That made it pretty
and-
early on. Diablo,
and
I
Last of
think,
Us?
is in RPGs, KR. I got it.
Uncharted, if we haven't gotten that already.
Oh,
yes.
yes, absolutely. That's kind of like a third-person shooter almost. No, I'll put it here. Uncharted.
It's action adventure. You're dodging boulders and climbing mountains and
Yeah.
stuff.
Uncharted 4? 3? 4?
I'll take your word for that. Which one's the best?
They were all really good. Like I'm down putting 2 in there.
Basically, anything that gets movies, is a pretty solid game, right?
Yes. Tomb
Can
Raider.
we put
yes,
The Last
thank
of
you.
Us in there? Is Last of Us has its action adventure, right?
Yeah.
I think there's a Warhammer
absolutely.
reference in Last of Us.
There is.
This is the part where it has very little to do with 40K.
Interesting. I just asked AI what are the best video games of all time, and the 3 I came up with was Ocarina of Time, Red Dead Redemption 2, and The Last of Us. Were literally the 3, and then the other top mentions was Witcher 3, GTA 5, and Elder Scrolls 5. Skyrim.
Red
there you
Dead
go.
2. Like, come on.
What?
Come on.
It's incredible.
I feel like these categories that we're doing now do have a lot of crossover in some of the other realms that we've had.
Yes,
It
for
does.
sure. That's why we're doing like this is the
Fill it all up.
So we are combining these best third-person shooters and action adventure games into one bracket.
Oh, we can, just so we get them all in here. Bayonetta might be in there too, actually.
Yes.
Bayonetta's good.
Bayonetta's good. Spider-Man 2 and Death Stranding.
Oh, yes.
Oh, Dante's Inferno.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Very, very much like that game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if this makes the cut, but before God of War there was Devil May Cry, and I enjoyed the hell out of that game.
Devil May Cry.
It's very similar to God of War though.
It is, but it's different. We'll put it in there. We'll just put them against each other round 1.
Yeah, perfect. And God of War will win, but yeah,
probably.
Dragon Age. Is that did we cover that already?
I thought that was.
Oh, that should be an RPGs.
Yeah.
But now that I think about it, I don't know if we did that in there.
Yeah.
Why?
Did we?
Oh no, we got Dragon Age in there. Put Dragon Age.
Okay, good.
Did we put Tomb Raider in here?
Yeah, I put Tomb Raider in.
Good stuff.
I got Tomb Raider in here. I think got
Oi,
Last of
oi.
Us.
Prince of Persia. Let's go.
Well, we had that in
Prince of
platformers, I think.
Persia. Yeah, but there's multiple now. There is the platformers, and now there's the Prince of Persia
The
adventure games.
original version of that game was not good. Maybe
Oi,
no, not the original. The
oi.
redo. The original was great.
Correct. That's
Yeah, okay.
correct.
The
That's
redo took
correct.
like 14 years to develop. But let me tell you, if there's a piece of software that's a video game that takes 14 years to develop, it's not fun. It's not going to be fun.
No, it's not going to be fun. Yeah. Something has not gone well. How many more do we need?
Let's do one more. We had 19, so 20 will be good for 10 and 10.
We did Shadow of Colossus.
No. Oh my God, we need that one.
Yeah.
I'll take y'all's word for it.
That is absolutely incredible game.
There's also a new Indiana Jones game that came out that I don't know anything about. It came out in 2024 that has gotten amazing
Well, Cyberpunk
reviews.
I don't know if we put that somewhere. I guess it's more of an RPG.
That's in the sandbox.
It is more an RPG. Yeah, sandbox.
Oh, sandbox.
One of those other words. It feels like, man, when did video game genres become like music genres?
Oh, it's
like, you know how there's like 99,000 genres of death metal? It's not even metal. It's like it's gone so far that there's 99 versions of death
and there's
metal.
a huge percentage of them that are named after Tolkien places.
Mm-hmm.
That's as it should be.
I love it.
And we're doing third person shooters now.
No, we're good. We got them all covered. I think that actually covers most of what we needed anyway. So
beautiful.
We are good to go. And GoldenEye was the first one we put in for first-person shooters. KR, don't worry, that was absolutely included.
Yeah, don't you worry about that.
Yeah. Well, all right. Well, that is our show this week. Thank you all much for hanging in with us. This is now, look, all the brackets are filled. Now we don't have to guess anymore. Now it is just full-on, unadulterated opinions.
Mm-hmm.
Go time.
Sorry, and let me take that back. Facts about what video game is better than the other video game.
Friendships will be shaken.
Gonna get hot.
Lines will be drawn.
Friendships tested.
Mm-hmm.
Tears shed.
You don't want to miss it. We'll be doing that as our fuego now. We've got these brackets filled, off to the races. But yeah, that is our show. Thanks again, everybody, for tuning in. If you made it this far, please do those calls to action that we mentioned before. It helps us out tremendously, and it means a lot too. Makes our heart, grow bigger.
Yeah,
like see, that was the heart growing bigger.
Yeah.
We'll be back next week doing this all again. More tournaments to bring you. If you're getting out there and you're going to be playing in tournaments, let us know which ones those are so we can keep them on our radar as well. Until then, it's been a pleasure, y'all. Have a great rest of y'all's night.
Take care.
Good night, everybody.